Catherine, Princess of Wales' emotional breakdown on live TV left viewers stunned and had Prince William visibly shaken. What could have triggered such a rare display of vulnerability from the Duchess of Cambridge? The moment quickly became unforgettable, captivating audiences worldwide and raising questions about the pressures she faces. Let's delve into what made this moment so significant, why it resonated with so many, and the powerful message it sends. Fans of the Wales family have been left heartbroken and deeply concerned after noticing visible changes in her face during recent public appearances following her completion of preventative chemotherapy. Ever since her cancer diagnosis, every public appearance Princess Catherine makes is rare and precious. However, some have scrutinized whether she's changed her appearance due to her health challenges. The video went viral, evoking questions about her health, possible sickness. Every public appearance by the princess is meticulously crafted to ensure that she looks polished and most beautiful. Yet recently, a series of unedited raw photographs of Catherine surfaced, igniting a whirlwind of conversation about the toll her health struggles have taken on both her body and her public personal life. The rumors became even more viral when it was revealed that Catherine was going on a secret trip. What was truly going on with the princess? For many, Catherine has long been a figure of elegance, strength, and resilience. But the toll her treatment has taken on her appearance has sparked a wave of emotional reactions from her devoted followers. Catherine Middleton is known for her composed and graceful demeanor. So what could have made a future queen cry on live television? As a public figure, she is constantly under intense scrutiny, and she typically keeps her emotions well guarded. However, when she finally did crack, it became a deeply emotional moment, seen by millions. Her tears resonated with the people worldwide, because they saw her not only as a royal, but as a mother, a wife, and a human being dealing with an overwhelming emotion. In that moment, she connected with viewers on a personal level, leading to an outpouring of support and empathy. Behind her tears lay a deeply emotional story that's been building for some time. When she stepped out for the first time in months, having largely retreated from the public eye to focus on her health, there was an undeniable shift on how she looked in the face. Once glowing with her signature radiance, now showed signs of immense battle she had endured, the subtle hollowing of her cheeks, the paleness of her skin, and the weariness in her eyes painted a stark picture of someone who has faced an incredibly taxing ordeal, while her composed and dignified demeanor remained intact. The princess's breakdown wasn't a random event. It was triggered by a deeply emotional story, one that resonated with her own experiences as a mother. As a mother of 3, she often juggles the pressures of royal duties and parenting. She's openly discussed the struggles of balancing motherhood with her royal obligations, a theme that many people can relate to. Being a mother is a challenge for anyone, but when you are in the public eye, it becomes even more difficult. Catherine's tears were sparked by a discussion about the challenges of parenting, which hit close to home. This vulnerability wasn't just about her personal struggles. It was a reminder that even royals have emotional moments just like everyone else. As the princess wiped away her tears, all eyes turned to Prince William. How would he respond to his wife's emotional moment on live TV? William's reaction was both surprising and heartwarming. Instead of a stiff upper lip or an uncomfortable reaction, he offered a gentle smile and placed his hand in hers, showing their deep and unwavering connection. His response wasn't just a gesture, it was a symbol of support, providing that love and understanding are key in moments of vulnerability. Back in July, Wimbledon was all in waves. Enthusiasm as Princess Catherine made a rare public appearance despite her ongoing cancer treatment. When people online saw the pictures, they showered her with compliments and messages of joy, expressing happiness that she was in good health and accompanied by her daughter, who appeared very happy. Many comments were along the lines of, "Lovely to see you back," and "So wonderful to see you looking healthy and beautiful." Others remarked, "A girl can't be prouder of her mom," referring to Princess Charlotte accompanying her mom to such a special moment. As always, some people couldn't help but criticize, and a few pointed out that Princess Catherine looked different, insinuating that she had undergone plastic surgery treatments, with someone writing, "Facelift healing up nicely." However, these comments didn't reflect the enthusiasm felt by many, even those who didn't attend the event but saw pictures from home. The physical effect on her treatment weren't that hard to miss. It was a bittersweet moment for those who have admired Catherine for years. Seeing her reemerge after months of silence should have been a triumphant occasion, sign that she's overcome the worst of her health struggles. Instead, it served as a sobering reminder of the harsh realities of cancer treatment, even for someone as strong and resilient as Catherine. William's calm and composed response spoke volumes. It was a reminder what true support looks like, being there for someone in their most exposed moments. His ability to stand by his wife, even in the public eye, reinforced the strength of their partnership and showed that real love in royal marriages is about more than just appearances. When the princess cried on live TV, it wasn't just the royal family that felt it. Viewers from all over the world were taken aback, and social media quickly filled with reactions ranging from surprise to heartfelt support. Her vulnerability had a profound impact. The royal family is often seen as distant and perfect, but when Catherine showed her human side, it bridged the gap between royalty and everyday people. Her tears sparked conversations about mental health, emotional expression, and breaking free from the traditional expectations placed on public figures. So why did the princess's tears matter so much? Because they were a reminder that it's okay to not have to deal with everything together all the time. In a world that values strength and composure, her vulnerability was a powerful message to everyone. It's okay to show emotion, and doing so can actually bring people closer together. Catherine's emotional moment didn't just resonate because she's a royal. It was a lesson in emotional honesty that transcends her title. Her tears gave the public permission to embrace their own humanity without shame. It's a reminder that vulnerability doesn't make us weak, it makes us real. Embrace your emotions, even when it's difficult. It's important to express what you're feeling. Bottling up emotions doesn't help. Whether it's talking it through, journaling, or confiding in someone, find a way to let your emotions out. Supporting each other in vulnerable moments, Prince William's supportive response showed us the power of being there for others. Let's strive to be that comforting presence for those we care about. Find strength in authenticity. The princess's moment taught us the true strength comes from being ourselves, flaws and all. Embrace the tough moments, as they're often where most growth occurs. Among them is Paula Hudgell, who adopted son Tony, 10, has developed a sweet relationship with Catherine during her visits to the Eveline Children's Hospital, where he's been treated since he was a baby, when both his hands and legs had to be amputated because of a horrific abuse inflicted by his birth parents. He has since raised £1.8 million for the hospital charity, of which she is the royal patron. There's just something between Kate and Tony, and when she talks to him, she's like his best friend. There's no airs or graces. It's all just pure kindness and an appreciation for one another. When we first met her, Tony was tiny, with his little legs, and straight away she got down on the floor with him so that she was at his level. She sits down and does coloring with him, never seems rushed. When we saw her last year, she gave me a cuddle because I got a bit emotional that day. And I get the impression that she and William know what Tony's up to. He's had letters from both of them to congratulate him on his fundraising. And when William gave me my OBE at Windsor Castle last year, he was waving at Tony and asked about my cancer and chemo. As Tony grows up, I really hope he knows how special he is and the hearts that he's touched. And to be endorsed by the royal family in everything he does is so lovely. Now whenever he sees the princess on TV, he says, "There's my Catherine." More recently, the princess made an unscheduled appearance at an investiture ceremony in Windsor Castle, where William was being photographed by Liz Hatton, 17, who has terminal cancer. When William heard that the budding photographer from Harrogate had compiled a bucket list, he invited her to take pictures. However, Liz wasn't expecting that both the whales were coming to meet her afterwards, something she described as a massive shock. Talking to them was amazing, because it was like talking to anyone, just like a normal person. There's no sort of grandeur about them, there was just humanity and kindness, she said later. It's a sentiment shared by members of the Royal Club. who overwhelmingly voted for William and Catherine as our kindest royals. Likewise, the couple also topped a poll on our website. Perhaps they remembered the couple's ability to go the extra mile with their low-key acts of kindness, such as the time William decided to visit the late Deborah James at home to present her with her damehood shortly after she succumbed to bowel cancer because she wasn't well enough to travel. Deborah, who had raised more than £5 million for cancer research, told how the prince joined her family for afternoon tea and champagne, adding that he was so kind and he put us all at ease. William made a similar trip to Leeds earlier this year to present retired rugby league stars Rob Burrow and Kevin Sinfield with their CBEs for their motor neuron disease fundraising. This visit meant that Rob, who died of the disease a few months later at the age of 41, was able to share the experience with his wife Lindsay and their children Macy, 12, Maya, 8, and 5-year-old Jackson. The prince has since written the foreword for Lindsay's upcoming book, Take Care, her account of life as Rob's career, which will be published in February. William was absolutely lovely and really engaged with the kids. It was the first time Rob and I had met William, and he was so genuine and sincere. He was really invested in hearing about Rob and Kevin's campaign, and the story of how they grew up together when they were playing for Leeds Rhinos. Sarah Carrick from Tunbridge Wells in Kent was also touched by the princess's compassion when they met at Tommy's National Center for Miscarriage Research during Baby Loss Awareness Week 4 years ago. Sarah told Catherine how she had suffered multiple miscarriages before she and her husband Adam welcomed their rainbow baby Ari in 2020 with the help of the center's research. She listened with great empathy and told my husband that we had great courage to keep trying. She was very compassionate and respectful when hearing about our experience of growing our family, particularly the heartbreak of losing multiple babies. As a mother herself, I knew throughout our conversation that she was genuinely sad to learn about our loss and how it had impacted our lives. This was shown earlier this year when the princess released an intimate video of family life behind the scenes as she reflected on her own cancer journey. It was also shown over the course of the year when pictures were shared by her that are unusual for royals to make public, such as the photograph of Charlotte and Louis watching the football game at home in matching tops. This is such an effective and modern way of using her influence to stay in touch, even when she's not making personal appearances. Official statements from the palace now seem quite stuffy and extremely formal by comparison. Social media can be a source of awful abuse, but Catherine and William are showing that it can be used to spread goodwill and kindness. With Catherine now cancer-free, she has resumed her public engagements and private meetings.